Bonus content. I told you guys in the last video that you weren't going to have another video on this build before it was finished, but I've been meaning to do a video about making bases like this, and I'm going to be making one like this for this build, so I figured just do another video on this particular project and then also work in this kind of video that I've been wanting to make about doing bases. So I'm going to make a base for the gym HG/SD Kitbash, and so this is just a little tip that I want to share with you guys. If you want to just get some nice, simple, cheap wood bases for your kits, just go to Daiso or the dollar store, whatever you guys may have, or the equivalent of that wherever you live. So you can just get wood pieces like this that are just different things. This is like a thing for your desk to hold office supplies and stuff in. This is again just also for that. 2001 is like about $2, less than $2. You just take this thing, turn it upside down, just do a little bit of sanding, remove the little sponges off there, sand away the Made in China logo or cover it up, and you've got just a nice, simple, cool wood base. This one as well is just this little tray. It's got a little something on the side of that. Again, you can just sand that off or just paint over it or just have that in the back and just don't worry about it. And you've got just a simple, nice wood base. This is the one that I'm going to be using for this kit, for this build, and it just has these bits here on the bottom. I'm just going to stand it like this, and we're going to just remove these. This thing was 3,001, by the way, so less than $3 for this. Whew, and it does have quite the 10 line from the label that was on there. So I am going to be sanding this, and I don't think I'm going to be doing any sort of like staining or anything on it. I'll just be keeping it probably just the original wood color, but obviously need to clean up where I just pulled off those parts off of there. So I need to do some sanding, but in the meantime we can just work on the actual building of the base for this. So I've got some polystyrene here, and I'm going to be using some more of it, but what I want to do is make a kind of raised platform. This is already kind of tall, but I want to make it a little bit taller. I want to make like a raised platform just about like 2 centimeters maybe up off the top of that, and then the kit and the girl are going to be standing on top of that. So I'm just using the ground gunner here as a stand-in because it's roughly the same size and shape, of course, and the kit is now still currently in pieces getting sprayed for top coat over there. But so you can get an idea of kind of how that's going to be on there, and then the girl. This is the thing, at the moment I haven't decided if I want to have her like sitting on the edge, which would be like something like that basically, or if I want to like cut out a bit in the center and have her legs like going down like through the base a little bit. I think could be cool. I think that would be an interesting element to it, and I don't know, hanging off the side is cool because it kind of breaks the space, it kind of breaks the square confinement of this space. By going outside of the box, if you will. But the other thing that I'm worried about is this space is also a little bit too large, I think, just for the kit itself. So that's why I'm thinking I want to have her kind of within the same square as well, just so that it's not so much empty negative space in the square. And then what I'm thinking too is maybe like scratch building a little hatch, like having a little hatch opened up like that her legs are then like hanging down into that or something. So I think that'll be cool. But first, what we need to do is just start off with just our main piece for that. So luckily this piece of plot plate that I already had just sitting around is like the exact same size for this. Basically I need to trim it down a little bit, but it already pretty much matches. I just need to cut it right there. Next thing you need to do is just kind of lay out your design on here. Now, as it is, you can't really write on this as well. It sort of works. Let me drop down the light so you guys can see that well. The pencil sort of sticks to the plot plate, but not very well. So what I like to do anyway, just so that it will fit a little bit better, just so you have a little bit of a coarse surface, that'll just make it easier to draw and redraw and erase as you're trying to plan out your design on it. Alright, so after thinking about it a bit again, and I know it's going to be a little bit hard to see, I'm trying to adjust the brightness a little bit so that you guys can see the pencil marks on there. But, you know, I'm having to just kind of like hold it above there to kind of see how it's going to go. But I think right about there is going to be looking pretty good. Not quite in the center and not too far to the edge or too close to the Gundam. I think that's going to be a good location. The Gundam just kind of a little bit back, or the mobile suit anyway, the gym will be just a little bit farther back there. So I just kind of sketched out about where she's going to be sitting, and then where I think I want the cutout to be right there. And then the there'll be like latches here, and then the door will be open and like up off to the side a little bit like that. So I think that'll work. But the first thing that I want to do before that is just build the actual riser for it. So what I'm going to do is take 2 pieces of plot plate here, cut about the same size as our main plate, but just a little bit smaller. So there'll be 2 pieces, and then we'll use some of this 3mm rod to make some supports between the 2 pieces. So basically those 2 pieces will be stacked on top of each other like that with some rods going between them. And then this piece will just be attached onto the top of there, and then using the guidelines of that plate, I'll be able to mark holes to drill into here, so the 3mm rods will actually go down into this wood part. So that might sound confusing, but it's really not all that confusing. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's just do it, and then you'll see what I mean. Alright, once those are cut out, then I've got 2 squares here, and they just happen to be 10 by 10 squares, so that'll make it really easy. I'm going to draw a few guidelines on here, and basically what I'm going to do for making the supports is it's just going to be like a 3 by 3 grid, so 9 of them in total. And voila, there we go. So basically now at every intersection point there's going to be one of the 9 supports. Okay, so I've taken some Scotch tape and just wrapped it around here just to keep the 2 pieces together, so it'll be easy just to drill straight through the both of them. And I'm just going to use my knife to just mark each of the spots and then get to drilling. Okay, there we go. Now it's time to chop up our little rods here. And honestly, for 3mm, a lot of runners actually come in 3mm, so you could probably just use runners in this case. I probably don't have to use these actual parts, but just since I have them here, that's what I'm going to use. So I think I'm going to need about 2.5 centimeters for each part, and this rod comes in 250mm total, so I'm actually going to have just enough to cut 9 pieces out of this and have just a little bit left over, so it works out good. Just only need to use one of these rods. Oh yay, so here's some good news. I'm testing it out first before I glue the pegs, and I realized it actually needs to be a little bit taller. The feet are just barely like touching there as it is, and so oops, that's why you have to check before you just start cutting stuff. So dang, now I need to cut up another rod, and I think they need to be 3 centimeters each instead of 2.5. Cool, alright.
A few moments later.
Okay, take 2, now it's raised up a little bit higher, and then that will work fine. There's enough space there for the legs underneath, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue all these in place, and then we'll move on. Alright, so that is done. This the bottom half is glued, the top half is not glued yet. There we go. So that can still be worked on if I need. And I am at least going to need to cut a bit out of this one as well. So for the time being, let's move on to the top plate now. So top layer, I should say. What I've done is just drawn out where the hole is going to be cut out. And then a couple other lines I'm going to scribe in here. Not going to go super crazy with describing a bunch of details on here, I don't think. I'm going to rely on adding some more detail to it with the water slide decals and some maybe a little bit of weathering on here as well. Just the painting aspect of it. Not really worry too much about scribing a whole bunch of details. So looking relatively simple. So I've got those lines laid out, and I'm just going to scribe them away. And for this, I'm just using a 0.2mm MadWorks scriber here. Alright, and after a bit of just scribing lines there, it's going to be really hard for you guys to see at the moment, but and then cutting out that line, the square there, and then cut that out of this under layer, so that will go on top of there like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and glue that now, and then later I can glue that on top of the other one here. So that is pretty much done for this. It's kind of just ready to be painted. I also drilled some holes in there for like rivet holes, and then drilled a couple holes that will be guides for making like a little railing as well. Also made this, and all it is really at the moment is just a little rectangular piece of plot plate, but this is going to be a little smartphone to go like on the thing next to her, and using this tiny wire I drilled a couple holes up just underneath her chin, like between her chin and her hair, so that I can make this kind of like headphone wire going up into there like she's listening to headphones. So we're just about ready to start painting. Let me go ahead and glue this together, and then I'll also insert the railing in there. Okay, and then one more thing we're going to do here is do a little bit of masking, because I want to paint kind of caution striping around the edge of the cutout area, around the edge of the hole.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.